12.8% of their games, which is above the 10% that most players have.
Yeah, I'm over that. I just closed my eyes and...
Okay, I cheated a little bit, but we're okay.
Alright, NAVI versus TNC, game number 2. Both teams really need this win. For TNC to go 3-3 against really stiff competition, they had Alliance, NAVI, and Wings, I think would be huge, just so that they know that they belong here, that they're just not, the C qualifier team, that they can hang with the giants of Europe.
Yeah, and the way half the teams down the winner bracket, so if you're going even on wins losses, all you need is tomorrow to have one more win than loss, like go 4-2 tomorrow, or go 3-3 again tomorrow, then go 3-1 on your last day, for example. So I think for these teams, it's just going even is at least like a good baseline. It's a good start to day one.
Yeah, it's the I don't have to panic about.
General, he's going for the same play with the creep wave pull. He has the time walk. He's been stunned up to start things off, and Raven already skilled the aura, but there's a glimpse back. Okay.
Top tower is under
Got no
attack.
time walk for 20 seconds. They're committing 4 heroes for this. They sure as hell had better get it.
There's no way he gets denied by these. They're ogres.
The boar with the body block on the spot here. That was well played. Sam H, what a player. But Drow has missed a lot of farm at top. The way we're
It's a double wave.
I'm about to say, worse yet, they're gonna have to pull this side wave in. General's already back, and they can't really zone him right now anyway. So it's, if anything, like a good. That's like the result General was looking for
Radiant's
to some
middle
extent, without the
tower is
death.
under
But
attack.
It is the dual lane mid, by the way.
Suniko, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, something I want to add on that is, I remember way back when I used to be on a team with Infinity, and he told me when you play the offlane, it is good not to die, but at the same time, if you're a level 2 offlaner that is 0-0-0, you haven't accomplished anything.
Ouch. The dual lane pays off. They get a kill. Yeah, there's a lot of offlanes who take the not dying in the offlane like too far.
Who is it? It was YYF that really innovated the useful death. That's what he used to call it. The one where you die but you get like 3 waves of XP. It's okay.
Ice when he played offlane was another great example of perhaps sometimes he took it too far, but he would really push the limit, and he probably averaged more deaths than most offlaners, but his impact on games was absurd when he was playing like the DK at their prime era. Like he was the most influential offlaner of that period.
They are trying so hard just to slow down Cuckoo, and if you get a bash off, maybe they can actually grab this kill as they are committing hard for it.
Oh, they get the bash now. Dendy wasn't lined up for the arrow, but you can't dodge that one in general. An invis rotation finds a bash, gets a kill. Na'Vi have secured themselves 2 for Dendy in this mid lane. Both
Dire's
assists,
middle
but it's
tower
still
is
lane
under
secured for the Mirana.
And they needed to watch a lot more Na'Vi replays. They don't understand how much they really want to secure Dendy's laning phase. Like in every game, Na'Vi, what they really like to do is they want to ruin your enemy mid's life, and they want to give Dendy the best ball time.
Yeah.
They understand this is their game impacting player.
What's your bets on General TPing mid to refill Dendy's bottle? Oh, he's okay. He's gonna bottle.
Oh,
It's 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have. Pre 3 minutes maybe.
Dude, I think Seneko would have. Like, he's got TP ready already.
Sure. Maybe he'll just TP back with the bottle.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Okay, there we go.
Dendy's taking a lot of damage here.
Right, his buddy Sneako's coming in soon. There we go. He's got the bottle. He's TPing in. There we look. It's fine. He's gonna look to probably push Cuckoo out of this lane. Once more, Cuckoo is just not having fun. 2 deaths, only 7 CS. Top lane though, they're going for another kill on General. Glimpse, no vision for it. Drop the connect field, instead he's going to go searching for him. Puts the ward, and that was not the glimpse you're looking for.
He might actually just die. Seneco's going for the wraparound.
Yeah. You needed to either put that ward sooner or just use a scouting kinetic field.
Seen Raven!
Got him. There you. Bye, my friends. You can use this time to
Give it
think
to
about
Dendy. Give it to Dendy.
Mid lane secure.
Dude, that's the only time I ever see Seneko stop for a kill. It feels like it just takes all the self-control in the world, you know, when he's just like, the hits lined up and he's just like, come on, man.
And they saw the ward as well, like that. And that to me is one of those just like kind of pressure getting to you kind of plays there that chased the way he did, even still went for the glimpse with that late observer ward. Fortunately,
They lost the ward. On top of that, he had to have counted the time. Like the glimpse was not going to be effective there. The rest of his team had given up on that. So I think you have to communicate a little bit better. And like you said, I do think this is TNC getting just a little bit antsy.
It's very similar story to last game where it's like their early game should be for the most part a bit stronger, but they're just making these plays they wouldn't normally make.
Yeah. Especially in the mid lane. I'm not sure that Cuckoo is used to this kind of pressure from the get-go.
Gonna salve up here and still looking for a bottle. He's 5 minutes in. He's only now gonna be able to send it out.
Oh, they're trying to kill Sam H right now.
They've got...
This would be a huge move if...
Don't know exactly where he is. I'll probably go for the full loop around. Or are they heading top?
Oh, perhaps might even be bigger if they can grab Raven.
Raven. Closer to the tower. Demon may just be the one to tank this gank. And yeah, Raven actually shows himself. Will they go for him though? They're going to take Demon first. Dendy's already ignoring Demon. Demon, somebody finish off the Venge. Raven TPing out. Will escape just barely. I like that Navi went for the Drow, but if they get neither of these kills, they will themselves a bit here. General stunned up. Splinter Blast will finish off Demon. Now they're going to look for the return kill on Saniko. They'll get that. They won't be able to... Okay, they will get General with the Glimpse, so with that, it will be a 2-kill pickup for TNC.
That was a little bit greedy by Navi.
Yeah.
At first I was okay with it, but...
The ongoing chase... With how long they had to chase, it became more and more questionable.
Yeah.
But...
And Dendy just arrowed for the neutrals. He was trying to take out all the big camps, and he just got the Skeleton Warrior.
Sad life.
Like, I kind of, in hindsight, obviously it's pretty easy to say, but at least secure the kill. No matter what in Dota, you secure the kill. If you grab the Venge there, then they don't have to chase so far. They don't lose 2 heroes as a result. Navi just...
And then you're like, oh well, the Drow TP'd out. Too bad.
Disrespecting your opponent, David. That's saying, you guys can't hang with us, we can get as much as we want.
Yeah. Like you say, it felt more greedy than anything, where it's kind of... You see that kill, like, as soon as you smoke, you're saying, we want the Drow. That would be the big kill right now.
Yes. Demon did very good there.
Yeah, it was a nice position to be in, and Navi find themselves with Void dead once more, and Beastmaster with Raw online will probably be waiting for that cooldown, then looking for another smoke. He has one picked up already. This is the stage where TNC love to chew through these early smokes. They've actually bought out the entire shop worth of smokes. Just to... And when you have that slightly bad early game, it's almost like a trigger reaction where it's like, okay, they just, like, we're losing the lanes, let's smoke a bunch, fine, pick off, pick off, pick off. Do you think they're kind of doing it too much, or is it okay? Is this...
I think it's kind of okay, but you do need one for around the post-laning phase, which I think is so much faster than it used to be. Like that 7-minute mark where halfway through the night you want to start making plays in the Radiant jungle. Because that's the first move that I think TNC makes. I think they should smoke with their Drow, go to the Radiant jungle, pick off the Ember, and with the Beastmaster Hawk into like the Glimpse or something, and the Drow silence, then you just immediately go for the bottom tower into Roshan with the heroes that you have.
Okay. And they'll have one more smoke in 3 minutes. And hey, they can save this Beastmaster smoke if they really need to.
You just really need one, but... Man, Navi is getting a lot, and once again, I think the biggest thing right now is that this Ember Spirit has just not been touched at all.
And that's not just not touched, but we haven't even really seen him show up. So once he starts showing up, this Emperor's Drow, like... I mean, you've got the gap closure as Ember, but there is the silence to worry about. What do you make of, like, when DTR gets involved, is this Drow just going to struggle, or is there enough protection, and is the silence going to cover the Drow, do you think?
I don't think the silence is enough, and you can almost always dodge the Disruptor's Glimpse with the Fire Remnant. If you've done it at least once, you know how to do it.
Okay.
It's very simple to do, so it's going to be kind of hard to kill ARL this game. The bigger issue for them is that Navi did die, but they're still trying to apply pressure all around the map, and they're getting involved in the safe lane. What we originally thought was maybe just a free pick off on the Beastmaster instead turns into an aggressive move at a very... That was an odd time, David. That was like just kind of a weird move that you don't really predict. It's hard to.
And that's maybe partly why Navi wanted to do it.
Yeah.
You do it, it's like, hey, they're not going to expect this, and it pays off if you get the Drow, but now you're in this position where, hey, Dendy could have been farming mid. He wasn't. Artstyle, of course, getting his farm on. CS is going to take over that mid lane and game will be unpaused. So, here we go. Nope, here we not go.
Do you think? Okay, so both sides weren't 100% ready yet, but I mean, Navi, when it comes to levels, they're doing just fine still. They are marginally ahead.
And Farm is like again like marginally ahead, but really considering 6 minutes. I mean, 6 minutes in very early. It's not even really noticeable when when the graph parameters are at the 250, 500 gold. You're looking at even.
It's like 2 bounty runes.
Yeah. So we're seeing TNC at least remain close here in the laning stage.
It was this mid lane that made me a little bit worried, but Beastmaster pure jungling farms so much faster than a Faceless Void does.
Yeah. And that's where, at some point, the Beastmaster's going to have to just leave this jungle, leave it for the Tinker to stack, farm with March, and be the one creating space for him to farm. Use that, use the smokes, use the just raw to find those kills.
Yeah.
And you, at bare minimum, you want Drow level 6 for that stage of the game. Even though, yeah, it's a Beastmaster, he doesn't... His
was
forest
it
can benefit.
the drill build that I saw? That is very
3-1-1.
curious. Considering he didn't have the Void really leaning against him, for him to go for the 3 levels of Frost Arrow. I do think you shouldn't go stats anymore on Drow. I do believe that the 4 levels of Frost Arrows and Gust is more valuable than the single points in slow, but at the same time it's very rare to see 3-1-1 committed. Especially when you're about to hit 6-0 free.
Nice. Just about to reach that, but... See how things pan out here. Deecher halfway to Butcher travel. Get involved before them with his TP, but... Yeah, for TNC, it's all going to be about those next couple of moves. It doesn't really feel like Na'Vi need to make moves. It's more going to be about reacting to what TNC do.
General is getting a little bit antsy here.
Yeah, and you win game 1, I guess. You're pretty comfortable at your game 2 start.
You just want to get on the road.
Yeah. I guess is your last game, so it's... I don't know, at this point, I guess your last game, you're not thinking like, hey, we got to think about our upcoming ones, but you're like, hey, we're a bit tired. We just played 6 games in a row. Or you're in your 6th game in a row. So...
It's going to be the most rigorous day for Navi. I think some of the groups, like I think Group B, has their 3-game schedule later on, even tomorrow.
Yeah, they're doing 3 games in a row tomorrow. Or 3 BO2s in a row tomorrow. It's not like early morning start, I guess. Maybe it affects some teams more than others.
I believe that most teams really like just getting it out of the way.
Okay.
Especially if you're on a consistent sleep schedule and you've got to prepare for TI. Main event is really where it matters, right?
Yeah, and hey, you maybe gotta be up early morning there anyways.
If I remember correctly, all the teams are required to attend. At least the opening.
Yeah.
So
there's an opening ceremony for all teams, that's right. And you can go back to the hotel if you don't have matches or whatever. But yeah, no, well, it's... I mean, 6 games in a row, it's probably, depending on your opponents, kind of, and depending on your opponents and what kind of games you end up in is kind of what kind of determines how draining it is. Like, some of those I'm sure OG, LGD, after that really long, big comeback game they had, were like, holy crap, we still got to play 5 more games? Like, that was just their first game of the day.
yes,
And also for Navi, if you lose, it feels longer too.
Navi, Dota,
Fair. You're giving me a kind of advanced showing of what Key is going to be like.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to be more popular than EG at Key?
Dude, I remember I was at Epicenter. Navi wasn't even playing at this event. And randomly, whenever the game got stale, the crowd would just start chanting. They did it at Dota Pit as well. This isn't just a Moscow. This was in Croatia, split Croatia. Randomly, during an MVP EG match, people started chanting Navi. This is the most... I think they're the iconic team of Dota.
It's one of those crazy things. Even if Dendi left, I still feel like it would remain there somewhat. Like, it wouldn't be the same, like, they wouldn't have the same appeal, but they're like the one name that has never really left Dota and never will leave Dota, assuming they have a team playing at top events.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. You can be anywhere in the world. People know Navi. I was in Southeast Asia casting Navi, and they're more popular than the local teams half the time.
Yeah.
If that was Navi playing against Mineski at the Manila Major, I think the crowd would have been split. I remember people saying, "Oh, because it was the game against who was Mineski playing in the first round? Alliance,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the BO1 against Alliance, where it got off to like a really good start, and the crowd was getting right into it, very Mineski favored. But if that's Navi, I don't know. That crowd would have been a bit more divided. There's not another Navi, nor will there ever be another Navi.
Yeah.
Scene.
Maybe TNC if they take him out here. TNC wins TI, that would be so hype.
They're the next Navi.
They're the next Navi. TNC, just like Demon. I just want to talk about Demon for a second. This guy. It's not even. It doesn't even seem plausible. Like, half the stuff that he's had to go through. Remember, he made that video where he's like, "I'm gonna go to Peru," then he doesn't end up going at all. Then like a week later, I read on Reddit that he's on TNC, and I'm just like, "What's going on?" And then he says he's gonna retire if they don't win the quals. They lose that first open qual, and I was like, "Come on, Jimmy, you can still do it." They eventually get through. Then they win the overall groups. They win the tiebreaker. Then all of a sudden they're in TI, and for them to be up 2-0 against Wings. And in my time in Southeast Asia, I really liked playing against TNC. These players in particular, they weren't on this squad together, but wherever they were divided and stuff. Demon was the first person I ever played in Korea, so special soft spot in my heart for all the TNC
Well, and the story
guys.
for Demon didn't even end there after qualifying. Then they had the visa stuff.
Yeah, then they had it's like
they were so close to not. That was like their last attempt to get visas.
It was like the last day.
Yeah.
They, I mean, the things that these guys had to go through just as a group.
Yeah.
I think that's what bonds you, like artificially or not. It forces you. Guys, we had to go through all this. We finally get to play. Let's show them what we got.
I think it benefits the team, like now that they're here. Has that made them stronger and more unified, or has it added stress, which has maybe given them less time to practice and more time to be kind of concerned about stuff outside of Dota when they need to focus on Dota?
This was my specialty on when I coach and stuff, and it's really balancing introducing stress to the team versus making sure that everybody's in a very happy, stress-free environment. And I think the big thing is that if everyone equally has to go through it as a group, then I think that's something you bond over, because you get to really appreciate what you have when you have to go through moments like that. Whereas if things are always happy and you never run into hardship as a team, everything is smooth, then it can really hide. It's like Febrezing your problems. They're still there, but they never get revealed because you never find that kind of tension. I think it's good for them.
Fnatic, their coach, his theory was it's similar kind of thing. It's very similar to what you're saying. Is you've got to go through some kind of hardship or challenge to really bond as a team and know that you can accomplish anything. And his big thing was trusting your team that when they make a call, you're going to follow it. Like, yeah, you can say you kind of trust them and you're going to go it, but he wanted to take his team skydiving.
Yeah.
He wanted to be like, get everyone, go skydiving, and just put yourself in this like life or death situation. Yeah, okay, skydiving's pretty safe, let's be honest here. But do that as a team and then bond over it. Yeah. They didn't actually end up going skydiving. There was time restrictions. I think some of the players didn't want to do it, but that was his. Outside of that, his philosophy was like, this is what the team needs, like an experience like this. Yeah. Then you can really trust each other and just build that kind of bond as a team. So I don't know. It sounds very similar to what you're talking about, where like dealing with the hardship, like getting visas, even just outside of the visa stuff, the actual Dota side of playing open qualifiers, being one of the favorites to win the SA qualifier and having to go through opens, losing the first one. It'd be like if Secret had lost that first open qualifier, like they would have been like in a similar position where it's like, holy shit, we might actually not even make it to opens.
I think that really helped them as well. Like that's the kind of stress that you want to go through as a group, because it's the best kind of experience that you can have as a team. Having to go through something stressful like that, it owns. And they got here.
Everyone's happy. Apart from the few players who didn't get here.
Indeed. Condolences to Execration and Complexity. They played their hearts out.
Yeah. It's also a bit sad because the first TI with players who couldn't actually make the event because of visas. I mean, everyone always talks about like, oh, why is TI in America? There's always visa problems. There's never actually been visa problems. There's been some close calls, but all the main event teams have never had visa issues. TI2, there was Kuro stood in for Come With Me, but they weren't even they were replaced. They were a backup team. They weren't even a wildcard team. That was before wildcard teams existed. They ended up in the main event because of MUFC with being disqualified / whatever, all that stuff that happened. So that was the only time like there was a stand-in, and that was a stand-in for a backup team. So other than that, this is the first year with VCS, which is a bit sad. But I mean, I think the track record is there that, hey man, some of these guys, like for the most part, it's always been fantastic to see the best teams in the world here, and that's what we have got once again. But
Sorry about the long pause, guys.
yeah, headset issues, stuff going on. I don't know.
Trying to keep you guys entertained. I wish I could read. There's like a chat thing, so I could just like.
Start some Twitch. I have my phone. Do you want Twitch chat? Is that what you're saying?
I think I can have it.
Oh yeah, you got yours.
I'm all prepped up, man.
Yeah, it's alright. I don't think many people watching our game. It's not like there's a popular team playing or anything. Just Navi.
Somebody said they were fabricating another headset. That's what it really feels like at this point.
We've recovered the missing headsets from Shanghai.
She's like, guys, we still found them.
Oh. Yeah,
The guy just walks in. Is there a Ramses here?
Oh. It's a few months too late, and unfortunately that team no longer here. Whew. Oh boy. I don't know. How's your TI experience been?
It's been good. I think, I mean, I chose to cast over coaching, and the main reason is just because there's nothing like TI. Like casting at a TI, I was talking to Loda about this yesterday. Like playing at a TI must be unbelievable because you get to, you know that crowd is behind you when they're cheering after you win a game. But I think as a caster, you get to kind of be a large part of like why the crowd gets hyped, and you know you get to move things and you get to see people respond to the things that you say and they interact. When you make a fun comment and people laugh about it or something, there's nothing like it. I am so scared of directly interacting in large groups. I can't go to parties or anything, but this is kind of like the closest that I'm going to get in my life, so I might as well enjoy it as much as I can.
Yeah, it's been really good. It's always nice to be back in Seattle. It's like a home away from home kind of feel. I mean, this it's weird to think this is my like 5th year in a row in Seattle for TI. Holy crap.
Oh, we started again. I kind of forgot what it was just paused for like 15 minutes, but
what's happening in this game? Drow just hit level 6. That was something I was we're waiting on, but
oh, General is now rotating. I think that means that Ditya Rock goes to the top lane. Because remember, we said whoever is the strongest hero, just be rude.
Go to the off lane.
Go to the
Suck
off
it
lane.
up. Oh, I mean Dendy, maybe not the strongest, but he actually has an escape trap here. He's got the
Dendy's
lead
up
and
here.
Moonlight Shadow.
Doesn't he have the most net worth though?
No, he's a bit behind, but he's doing
And
alright.
it's
Teachers
actually-
take stacks as well, so. Navi, it looks like you're kind of playing the efficiency game. Have the heroes in all 3 lanes and the jungle.
Ooh.
Get off the Arctic burn so he can fly over there as...
I think Ditya should make his way up. If I were a Navi player...
He's so close to his travels. I think he's just told his team, like, look, there's a few stacks, jungle camps. This will be my boots of travel.
Buy me some time, Dendy.
Yeah. Fortunately...
Oh.
I don't know if this camp will give him enough. Maybe if he sells his TP and Mango, but he would have to sell a few things to get there. It'll be 17... Oh, it'll be just short. It'll be like 18, 15, 1900. Alright. Where were we?
Same. Alright.
Headsets. Alright.
Not headsets. Oh, disconnect this time. Okay, guys. I'm gonna just lie to you and say that we know what's going on and things will be fixed shortly.
Yeah. The host approach.
Yeah.
There's technical difficulties. We'll be about 2 minutes and then the game will resume.
Is that your airline pilot voice?
Sure.
I love
Airlines
the airline
have-
pilot voice.
Oh yeah, the pilot. You know how they have all the safety videos? They have really started to like meme it up. I was
Yeah?
on one which was like using not like the latest memes though. They're using like 10-year-old memes. Like they had the little the doggy thing. Like I think it was it Delta? I can't remember which airline it was, but they were like doing the doggy memes and stuff. I'm just like, what the? What the fuck is this? Like,
Dude.
what are these airlines are trying to be hip and cool? One of the airlines in Australia, like one of the budget airlines, like all the stewardess and stuff, they're all in like shorts and t-shirts and thongs or flip-flops. You call them here?
Oh, I was gonna be like thong. Like what kind of
No,
airline?
no. We call them thongs, like they're your shoes, like slippers, or I don't know what you call them, flip-flops, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flip flops. I was
Yeah.
blown away. I was like, what kind of airline are you?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Airlines have gone super casual.
You just gotta chill now. Okay.
Yep.
Everyone is reconnected. They are ready to go. Take two.
TI3 champion and TI1 champions in one day. Oh, TNC had to play both NAVI and Alliance, I guess.
Yeah. And maybe potential 6 champions in wings.
Yeah. Another reason to rotate Dendy up here, he can take this stack which TNC had been building up for a while, so they bring 3 heroes up here and Dendy's gonna cure himself some good farm.
This is definitely the efficiency game.
Out of my way!
There we go. Ember not gonna quite get the boots of travel money, unfortunately. Only another camp.
Ra's debating it.
Do I TP top to help my team? Do I... Oh!
Nope.
He left it right. Alright.
Gotta get those travels.
Just sold the TP for max efficiency.
He did think about it though. You could see the cogs turning.
Yeah.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Lane Serpentmord's dropped something Navi can do themselves as far as taking objectives go. Oh.
Oh, this play bottom. General's gonna get on. This is a lot of ultimates.
Dire's top tower.
They even gonna get this skill here with the Wyvern coming into heal him. Okay, they'll get him. Tinker there as well.
They expended a lot though.
And that's where, well, I guess they realize Navi's committed Serpentmords. They're not going to defend top regardless. Let's get a trade.
DRR really wants to get something, but the other two are way too far away for this.
No objective follow-up from TNC, but because of how much they had to commit, Raven's still sitting in this top lane as well. They want to start taking objectives. They likely need to bring in the Drow.
It's quite good though that Navi, they didn't have to commit their safe lane, because normally you have to drag that Ember Spirit up there to grab that tower, but it's always that, like you said, Artstyle's playing kind of the 5, but he's...
Artstyle will always get a 6-7 minute arcane boots and like a 12 to 14 minute force staff or whatever item he's going for. Like he'll always farm ridiculous amounts. I don't know. And if you gave any other team Navi's drafts, they would put more farm on the sneaker heroes. But no, Navi's, they have a very different approach.
That's why I was so surprised that they didn't rotate DR up there, but it's because they had that level 6.
I think it's also largely, it's good for Navi because of the playstyle of those players. Sneeko, where he excels is positioning and decision making. Artstyle excels at being aggressive. And if you're being aggressive when you're underfarmed and don't have items, you feed. I think because they give Artstyle farm so he can make the kind of plays that he wants to make.
Do Artstyle things?
Yeah, I mean, do Artstyle things. The kind of things we saw last game, which are a bit questionable at times, but it's like, hey, a lot of the time he gets away with it because he's got farm, he's got these items. He can be this mid-game like playmaker where he does a ton of damage. Nico's just like that player who's like, okay, I have no items, but I'm also going to get off a 5-man Winter's Curse without a Blink Dagger just because I'm so good.
That's the Jarek style.
Yeah.
Make a lot happen with as few resources as possible.
Yeah. So Jarex and Sneeko very, very similar in their playstyle. Jarex is another player who doesn't often get a lot of farm allocation on like the 4 position heroes.
So DRR now has a very decent timing for travels. Now gonna go back and sell his TP. Yes, no triggering today.
Oh, he left on the ground, there he is.
Oh, that's even more efficient. Navi,
Oh, wow.
these selfless guys. Dropping salves for each other and everything.
Efficient guys more than anything, you know. That's wasted money.
That is wasted money. It's just 25 gold. Where do you think this comes from? Yeah, money doesn't grow on trees, man. Not even in Dota. Alright,
I mean, it kind of does. You get 1 gold per, well, more than a gold per second. If that's not money growing on trees, I don't know. Where does that gold come from, Will? It's not interest.
Storks.
Storks? Okay. Just dropping off the...
Investment banking, man. Everyone's got a portfolio in Dota.
Equally matched portfolio with every other player. So
you don't know.
Ranking in the same.
Investing as a group is so much safer. Oh, up at top, not gonna win. They should really get to level 6 though.
Whoa, big ancient stack for TNC. I guess mostly Drow Beastmaster can likely take this together. Yeah, they're actually already bringing in Raven for it.
Yeah. Oh, another pause. The OCD in me actually really likes it because they're like evenly pausing. You know, they're just like doing. There's one from TNC, then two from NAVI, then one from TNC.
Okay.
Guys, everybody here is doing their best, trying to fix things as fast as possible. So bear with.
Sure, yeah.
We'll do our jobs now and try to keep you entertained during these trying times.
Not very well though.
No.
Speaking for myself at least.
Because I still want to have like, I want to add brevity to the situation because we are still at TI.
Yeah,
but...
yeah. It's hard to like go completely off topic because I'm like, man, I'm casting TI, I'm casting Navi at TI. Like, I don't want to talk about airplanes and thongs and other shit, but you know, sometimes it happens. You get these pauses and.
There's only
Control
so
yourself.
much we can talk about. A 10-minute game.
I mean, we could keep it on Dota. Like, we could talk about the patch, or we could talk about certain heroes. But you know, that's I don't need to do that. We'll save that for other people who make YouTube videos.
Oh, I thought something had happened, but it was in the opposite way of where we wanted to go.
Yeah. Oh, no.
All right.
Dropping.
The situation has deteriorated.
Yep. Due to unforeseen technical difficulties, we're going to be taking an extended hiatus.
No, we're coming back. Here we go. We ready. A lot of lines being drawn. We're saying invade.
You know what I think would be fun? We should cast the game in VR mode.
In VR mode?
Have you tried the VR Dota yet?
No. Have you?
I have seen streams of it. I haven't actually tried it myself. I
It
imagine it'd be
seems-
quite disorienting.
Yeah.
You get quite dizzy. Or...
The last time I did VR was at Frankfurt when they had their HCC thing, and I enjoyed it, but I was so scared. It was we were doing this like zombie shootout thing, and I just like Pyrian has like a video of it. I just like dropped to my legs, and I'm pretty much like, you know, white flag in the air. I'm so, you know me, I'm the guy that can't watch Game of Thrones because scenes of the depictions of violence scare me.
And that show has some pretty serious violence. So
Yeah, to be fair, did I tell you about the? So we went as Zephyr to, you know, we were doing some team bonding. So we all decided we were gonna watch Captain America: Winter Soldier in Korea. We go see the movie, and spoiler alert, dude, this movie's so old. If this spoils it, there's like a scene where Samuel L. Jackson, I think he's about to die. You know, he's the Nick Fury or something, and I get so scared that I close. You know when you close your eyes, I think they're about to shoot him. So I put my fingers in my ears and stuff, and my team's like everybody from Zephyr's laughing. There's like a bunch of Korean girls that are watching the movie that are just pointing at me very blatantly, no shame at all.
well, it's okay to have feelings.
Dude, Captain America: Winter Soldier was a scary movie.
So it's
lot
the
of
shows you
intense-
don't expect that hit you hardest. Growing up, that was Scrubs. Do you remember that show? That show had some
Yeah.
really hard emotional moments.
Yeah. Dude, the only time I've ever cried during a film was the movie Click.
Will Smith?
No, Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Yeah, that's right. That with the remote. and he
Yeah,
goes back
yeah,
in
it was
time.
really sad, man, because
Oh my
he realized too late
Yeah,
what was important in life.
Yeah. I cried during that movie.
All right,
I remember that.
TNC, we're back on top of things.
No tears today for Demon. Let's hope. Well, who knows? Nobody's here.
Navi, they're getting aggressive. They know that Cuckoo's there. I think they should just go for this play. Chrono for it.
They've already shot the arrow though. The damage from Starstorm should be enough. Then.
Oh dear.
Get the kill.
General gets the kill instead. Cuckoo was on a killing spree?
I guess he's gotten the last. He started off 0-2, but since then he's grouped up with his team. Like when they got the kills at bottom, he was involved. So I guess he didn't. I guess it was just taking the kills. Invas coming out. Navi have the vision here. Oh no, that's Iowa. They don't quite have the vision, but they are going to go aggressive here. They found one in AU. Just disrupted. We have the silence of Dicha. Hot inside, but the invis means the stun actually didn't land. And Dicha will be A-okay. Dendy from the north is going to get silenced up. Demon swaps him back. Dendy. No loop available. Big kill as Demon, unfortunately, Winter's Coast up. The Drow is going to be enough damage. Not quite. Nico will fall back as Navi take the tier 1 mid. The Serpent Wards continue to take objectives for the CIS squad. And Cuckoo's to travel timing, importantly, has been slowed down by Navi.
Still, that was not bad at all for Navi, or for TNC. They don't lose the Venge, they get a kill on the Mirana, who's a very high priority target. They slow him down, their Dro manages to make a lot of headway in terms of farm. Just 300 net worth behind, despite being 2 towers behind.
Yeah.
So I think everything's okay, but at the same time, you're still running a Dro lineup. This is a lineup that doesn't want to sit back and be passive. You inherently want to be aggressive with this hero.
You're not taking towers yourself, which is probably one of the bigger worries right now,
Yes.
as far as their lineup's concerned. But looking to change this, it looks like they're smoking up, and I say change this because could be like a hero kill into tower push. It could also just be a straight up Roche with
I think you go for a kill. I don't think you can go for the Roshan straight up.
Dire's
And
bottom
they're
tower
leading
is
with
trying to
Sam.
scout it with an arrow.
Oh, they're not going to get anybody? That actually is massive, because they needed at least one of these smokes to be able to get control, so now instead they have to go for the regular farm. What they were trying to do there is invade this jungle, just immediately go for this bottom tower, then you have a lot of options to go for the Roshan. And Navi's in full force now, they are well aware that something is up.
Oh, we talked about Outstyle, it's 12 to 14 minutes in, he has an item, he's going to blink.
Going for it again.
Well, another Serpent Wards. Oh, yeah, let's say they had another smoke available.
Oh, Snake was going to ruin this again.
Well, they'll get the kill on him, it looks like, but I don't even know if they can go for Roach. They killed off the Winter Wyvern, so there's no Winter's Curse, there's no Serpent Wards.
Dire's bottom tower
Could
is under attack.
commit to Roche. I guess they're going to make the decision that defending this bottom tier 1 into Serpent Wards is not possible, and
Dire's bottom
Navi,
tower
they
has
still have time to try and contest Roche if they so choose, and they're going to get vision in just a second.
General's got to be the man to watch here, as he's going to drop his TP. He wants to go for the flank.
Oh no, he doesn't get it. The silence is there. Drow Ranger silences on the time walk in. And now they're going to get the glimpse back as well. They've caught Dendi, the lead to the high ground. I'm away for now. He's still low on HP, and that
Dire's
invis
top tower
wearing
is
off
under
soon.
attack.
Means Dendi could be caught out here. It now gets frozen
Oh,
in
no.
place by Saniko. That's
Was
going
this
to
the play?
backfire. Dendi, see him getting away from this one. Nice Winter's Curse on AU. That's going to Death Disruptor, but Dendi going to go down to the Axis Demon. Under the tier 1 tower, dies. Deecher Ra needs an escape. That arrow
Oh, it's gonna follow him.
in.
Where you're so dead.
I don't care about this bottom 5.
You're so dead. It's
Hey! Alright, bye. And what did we miss? General, he's back in. He's got a Chronosphere. He managed to use this, but Raven has an Aegis and he dodges
Oh,
it.
he doesn't get Raven.
Ooh.
Raven does walk back into it though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Alright,
attack.
so for a second I think JR thought what we did,
structures are
where he was like,
fortified.
oh, I'm cool. Like the bullet missed.
Well, he had no boots of travel. Like, I guess he could try Slide of Fist Dodger. That's what he
Radiant's
should have done.
bottom
Dude, that was like
tower
that
has
movie
fallen.
Wanted, you know, where they just like twist
Yeah.
shots and stuff.
If you slide a fist while it's mid-air, do you instantly disjoint it even if it's not near you, or do you have to
I don't think
time the
so.
slide of fist?
I think even if you, it has to like, the projectile has to already be in the process of hitting you. It's such a small margin, but I think he thought, he's like, oh, I'm cool.
Yeah.
He's like, everything's, he's like, wow, I thought I was dead. I really get to see my kids tonight, and it's like, nope. That was just weird from Navi. Like, I think Saneko might have actually just killed Dendi there. Like, if Dendi just
Absolutely.
kept running south and TP'd out, he would have been fine, but instead, he froze him in the middle. I think they might have thought that the chase was over.
For that, TNC, a decent swing go their way. Top lane though, there's been a surplus drop. Outstyle goes in with a blink dagger,
Dire's
looking for their
middle tower is under
solo
attack.
kill. He'll get it. Trade his life.
That was Serpent Warns, though.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1, and I mean, ultimately, that's a bigger kill on Shadow Shaman as far as gold exchange, I imagine. Yeah. No XP for the disruptor, but you know, you
Oh,
take that
Cuckoo?
trade.
Oh, I really like this. He's actually doing something that, you remember how we talked about in the very beginning of the last series is, we want to farm these 3 camps as Dire?
Yeah.
Instead, Cuckoo is
But you say
just
that.
gonna die.
You know, well, I really like this too, you know. Well, actually, he's gonna kill Dendi. Oh, what's going on? I do really like this. What is going on?
This game, like, Navi played maybe the most precise 20 minutes of Dota I've seen at this entire tournament in this last game, and now it's just...
No, there's thing which I feel like contributes to this, and the pauses. The pauses throw you off a ton when you're playing Dota.
Oh, the arrow's falling in. Alright, this one's not
Like-
gonna kill, though.
Your whole flow of the game gets disrupted when there's pauses. It's not even about like a team who's winning and losing their momentum. It's just about like as a player, you lose that feel of like what's going on and what your role should be.
Yeah, I honestly. Oh, AU is just gonna pay for this.
No counter killing inside.
I was gonna add to that point though, because I completely agree with you. I think that before the pause there was a clear-cut game plan and everybody kind of read the movement, but after that pause you lose sense of what's going on, and now you just see kills and deaths
It's
everywhere.
both teams, and it's these weird kind of solo adventure kills. Like what? I mean, Beastmaster had an idea. Like he wants to be in the enemy jungle because he has Necrobook up. So he's like, oh, I'll just go in there and de-ward. But like, send your Necrobook by itself. It can scout. It'll clear out wards if there's any there. And hey, there's not really going to be any deep defensive wards there if you're Na'Vi. They're not a team planning defensive wards.
Yeah. Like what? There's no reason for Sam H, like you said, to have to be there. He's got the book 3, and everyone's just kind of just doing things. Like when's the last time you saw support on support both kill each other? Like this is not precise. Like this is where Dota gets a little bit nitty gritty, and no team is willing to back down from it. Either team is kind of just saying, hey guys, like TNC's got an Aegis on their draw. They could just push down the lane.
They've only got 30 seconds left. To think a Drows team with Aegis, Tinker's Boots of Travel hasn't just, like you say, gone down the lane. There's 2 tier 1 towers. I feel like if those pauses hadn't happened, TNC during this Aegis would have taken both those tier 1s as a 5-man unit. And it's not just TNC who have been affected. It's Na'Vi. We're seeing like Dendi just dying there. There was a bit of an odd misplay from him. We're seeing like the Shadow Shaman going for that big dive at top where he trades his life for his support. So it's entering this funky place. It's at least providing some entertaining Dota. It's Na'Vi, they go invis. They're looking to engage on bottom lane out of the Moonlight Shadow. They king out Cuckoo further down, but
Raven's lost his Aegis now.
time. Na'Vi, they're in. Raven, no escape for you. Bench not in position for a swap in. Na'Vi will likely, well, they can't easily transition or push with the surfboards down, so, and Tinker alive, so we'll see things slow down a bit.
Dendi does have the Aghanims, so although 3 out of the 4 top net worths, all of a sudden TNC striking back, despite the early game going in Navi's favor. Like you said, with the game getting a little bit more chaotic, so far it has favored TNC. They got a little bit unlucky there, as the Aegis just ran out. I think everybody from TNC just assumed that it would last like 10 more seconds, because they were getting in position again. Yeah, but you said that pause is going to mess up your rhythm just a little bit.
For Na'Vi themselves, they yodel that pulse and they're probably saying, okay, this is the exact time the Aegis will expire. You get to like scroll up and see exactly when you typed it in, and oh, TNC. See what their next move is going to be. They used a lot of smokes earlier. Don't have an Aegis right now, so I imagine they won't necessarily be grouping up to push anytime soon. Next smoke in a minute, so if they want to use that to play around, they definitely can do so.
General, this mid lane doesn't have Chrono up, and I think that's what's gonna prompt TNC to just go for the straight up push.
Yep.
Even Cuckoo getting onto the high ground, and Sineko's gonna run into him, and he's taking a lot of damage.
I don't think I was a fight Sineko quite realized how much damage he was going to take in, but...
Dude, March is dangerous.
He is dangerous.
That is a Blink Dagger Void.
Yeah, so looking for the initiation with a Mirana Ag, there's a lot of follow-up damage for this. Cuckoo temporarily at the bottom lane. I'm about to say, needs to come back soon. Navi's going to be engaging. As Raven just trying to use the range from the Dragonlance to safely push this one. General will catch 2. Swap out immediately. Demon happily try and throw away his own life there. They get the ward trap on Sam 8. That means no raw for you. They're trying to kill him off during this, and they will do so. Follow-up there is from Dendi, who leads himself into the static storm of Disruptor, but it's already 3 TNC heroes dead, and Arsenal, he's fought Raven as well. Let's clean up the city. For Na'Vi, 4 dead, looking for the 5th in Cuckoo. With a bash from Void, they'll secure it. Great execution on that team fight as Na'Vi chased down TNC.
Right there, I think TNC almost overrated the ability of swap. They still got 2 caught on the Chrono at the end of the day. More importantly than that, they couldn't really protect any of their damage dealers. Sam H went down, Necrobook was on cooldown, didn't have that roar available. I think they had to respect that Chrono a little bit more than they did. Because you can reset the fight off of that. They can continue to farm that ancient camp of their own, go for the next Roshan, I think, gods, and from there on out, their game becomes a lot more standard. But wasting that Aegis, not able to get too much out of it, and 3 minutes is going to be the timer as TNC. Without that Aegis available, I don't think they can take fights into that chrono.
Game gonna continue to get hard for them. Art style, by the way, Aghanim Scepter, more or less completed.
Oh, and he's got a blink. What happens?
You know what? The joker about like EGM, what it used to be, how greedy he was. I feel like art style is the new EGM. Whenever I see him play.
Art style's the new art style, man.
Yeah.
I saw that guy rush a hand of Midas on Enchantress, and he had the most net worth at 10 minutes. He's got, if you compare it to Dendi, their farm is almost identical.
Yeah. And he does this while playing at a super aggressive style. Like when he's on the Enchantress, he's ganking the hell out of the mid lane. Like he's diving towers, and then he's like, oh, wow, then I'm just gonna AFK farm for a bit.
Yeah, there's that eggs. That helps so much.
I mean,
Just with the damage increase alone, and yep. They can protect those wards. They got, if everybody from TNC tries to take him down, they've got the Winter Wyvern ultimates. And now Navi, they know that Roshan could have spawned, so I think this is their time to start getting aggressive.
yeah. Chrono back up as well, so they're very strong in a team fight.
TNC is split up naturally. They have a Tinker, and we talked about how if you get behind at any time on Dire side, you're going to farm those two camps, and that is exactly where Navi is headed towards. They know...
Radiant's top tower is
Away
under
from the
attack.
Winter Wyvern for now. Like Saniko. Gonna find anything. Dire Vision doesn't see all too much. They're gonna go in initially on Demon, not the ideal target. The Serpent was committed and everything. General! Teacher Ra, only AU corner. General gonna time walk forward. Sam H gets the row on Teacher Ra, and with this Teacher Ra maybe in some trouble. He's lost all his mana. He's gonna go down. Disaster for Na'Vi as General will leap himself out. Serpent Ward's in the mid lane. Arcel's like, I can get this, guys. I can get this. He takes damage, so he can't look away right now. And okay, Raven will get a kill on the enemy, then get a kill on his teammate. Cuckoo, can he get to Nico? One right click. Not gonna get it initially. Cuckoo, he's got to rearm. Doesn't have mana. March the machines, blink forward to Nico. Cuckoo, bro. Okay, there we go. Laser. Pew, 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 pew.
Again, Navi just overestimating their strength. I do agree with them that they should have won that fight, but as soon as their one position gets taken out like that, and even Dendi gonna go down for their troubles.
It wasn't even like there was a observer ward catching him by surprise. That was just Drow walking right up to him and silencing.
The timing of that. Roshan's gonna spawn too, David. As soon as they clear this ancient.
And they know it, because it's almost the max respawn too, so it's got to respawn in the next 15 seconds at most.
Yeah, they're gonna confirm this right now, and I think everybody from TNC just walk in, take it. Their game plan becomes much easier, especially with that Ember dead. Navi, every single time they start gripping this game, TNC spit out of their hands.
I'm sure a lot of it kind of goes back to saying we talked about it earlier. It's like this is their last game of the day. They played 6 games in a row, some more grueling than others, and it's hard to maintain that level of Dota all day long. Now there's Aegis on Drow.
He's got a full BKB on the courier.
Oh man,
this guy is massive.
He is the most farmed tier in the game, and Na'Vi, while they've managed to play the efficiency game and have a super farmed art style Shadow Shaman, even Wyvern and Saniko's hands farmed. TNC have some of the poorest supports you'll see, but it's at the top, where 3 of the top 4 are in TNC's side. Given the farm to the core heroes, and they're going to look to use that to their advantage. Na'Vi saying, you don't need Serpent Wards. This is perhaps a dangerous Serpent Wards, because TNC may see this and just go push mid.
Yeah.
They will have to address top lane, but that's what Tinker's great at doing. Push it out with March, then come back to the mid lane.
You just prevent the split push. I think TNC can even reasonably go for a 3-man smoke. And they might get spotted here.
Oh.
They're going to start marching forward.
I believe that smoke was under that observer. I didn't see what the radiant vision looked like at the time, but...
Yeah, I did see it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just why Navi? Don't go to your own jungle.
No.
Radiant's
Demon, perhaps looking for a swap, not going to find it. You'd love to kill Saniko here. That Splinter Blast spam is very pesky to push into.
This is a high ground play. I think with the Serpent Wards down and how important they are to damage, they've still got a full minute. You've got this Aegis row that you have to contend with. He's got level 16 and a BKB. And now even worse, the Glyph's been popped. Sam H is going to have that Necro 3 available to him too.
They're trying to get the swap out with the Hawk. Demon, though, is going to get by an arrow here, taking a lot of damage. The Necrobook's on him, though. Demon, no heroes hitting him. It's the Necrobook. Great silence on the General. He's been taken out. He's lost his mana as well. He's going to get deleted initially. Yeah, you're getting low, but he's still barely alive.
Dendy's going to go down.
Dendy, he's dead. Great execution from TNC with the silences, and they've taken out the core heroes, forcing a buyback to
Ross been silenced.
Oh my gosh, silence after silence until a Chronosphere finally shuts down Raven, but he's got an Aegis. AU looking to come back in if possible. They take up the drought, but now General's going to get pulled back in, and he's going to get taken out as well. It's a dive back. Yes! Tinker Dagon will finish him off, and Raven now will get to work on the tier 3 tower and racks. No buybacks available. They can only get one lane because there's still tier 2s up, but TNC have broken the Navi high ground. Sharp will get a kill. So needs to get the hell out of here.
Oh, Raven, you're greedy, going for all of the outer towers.
The huts.
The huts are where the money's at, man. Invest in huts.
The hut stock. They're like the Nintendo Pokemon stock. They're just gonna go on the rise.
Dude, you only get one shot at huts.
Okay.
That bigger thing here is that TNC, if they can walk away from this clean, it'd be huge for them as Navi. Typically what you'll see is even though Rax is taking the team that loses Rax will usually get 1 or 2 follow-up kills, but that's just not the case here as Navi is splintered all over the map now.
There were some clutch plays in that push. The insta-silence on the Void, catching Dandy with the Static Storm. Disruptor lived on like 100 HP for most of that fight.
Everything looked like it was going to be really good for them. You saw that Seneko had that brilliant Winter's Curse on the Vengeful Spirit, which turned the Necrobooks against him. You got rid of the only saving mechanism against that Chronosphere, like you said. Then that clutch silence hits into the Roar. That, I mean, TNC just simply flat out played Navi right there.
Yeah, I mean, there was some overconfidence from Navi, but I think they're right to try and, after killing the Venter, I think they're right to try and engage with Chrono, but that insta-silence, just ridiculous. The vision's been really important. Having the Beastmaster Hawk over the enemy base to try and scout the Void, try and get swaps. Hard style, making plays. Now has a 4-star.
Yeah. The important thing though, something I really noticed about OG's play, and hold that thought, is Demon's gonna get gone on as General now comes here. But they're gonna grab both the cores!
On Earth is going on. Both cores go down. Navi had heroes nearby, but they just couldn't get there in time. Sam H was heading top, and it was a Moonlight Shadow to try and kill Sam H in the end.
AU with the blink forward.
This is turning into a game of cup as TNC pick up one kill after the next.
Navi they are just getting caught off all around the map right now.
And that's something which TNC's draft is so good at punishing, with the Beastmaster, the Vision Game, the Disruptor Glimpse, the Tinker's ability to just be anywhere at any time.
I want to force the buyback.
Are they forcing the throne here on the tier 4s? Ember has one, so...
You can't afford to take this much damage on your throne. An exposed throne in a game like this just means one team fight.
Oh, Dandy gets hot. He's silenced too as well. They've got the Glimpse even if they need it. Like it's going to be AU in trouble, forced to back off. They force out the buyback now. In comes Tinker. They're going to pull Dandy in. He's down. Out for the count. Will have to buy back. Demon now. The outside of the Chronosphere does not have swap to help Raven. Now Raven without an Aegis needs to be careful. Great arrow onto Tuku. They've got the damage with Teacher as well. Raven no escape, but they get the kills. They get the Void. Raven will still die, but they get a consolation prize in General's Faceless Void. So I think all in all, TNC can still be happy with that. They force 2 carry buybacks. Are they going to lose more? They may actually kill Deecha. Is this where you just buy back on Drow? Go to Tinker. And well, it's not just Tinker, it's Sam H. They bring him down with the Necrobooks. Dendy blinking in to try and claim the gem. Will also look to try and claim AU, but needs to be careful. Necrobook's on him. You don't want to kill this melee Necrobook, but sometimes you can't help it. That Aghanim Scepter has a mind of its own. Dendy fishing with the arrow, won't find it. What are we watching? This is one of the most chaotic games of Dota I've seen in time.
Yeah, right now, it's where you gotta go with. Like, no team is gonna snap out of it. If it's one of these kinds of games, everyone's just going to kind of complete the circle of running at each other, but TNC come out the clear winners of that engagement as they take down that first tier 4 tower, they knock on a lot of damage, and more importantly, they got so many of those return kills post-buyback.
Oh, Artstyle's having fun.
I reach the storm of
That's what I wanted to talk about, is that you notice when OG has any of these pushing style lineups, they always make sure that they're fighting on your side of the map, so that they can claim something as a result of this. Art style, sure you're getting these solo pickoffs, but when's the last time we saw these wards used for something other than just getting a hero kill?
It was really just the early game when we saw him. It was very strategic. He took tier 1, tier 1, tier 1 every single surfboards, but since then he's only been going for the solo kills. And RV, now they have to perhaps take a team fight or defend their base without surfing wards. Luckily they'll find another pick off on Demon, who doesn't have any friends around, and with that TNC, or NAVI perhaps in the clear, as TNC won't be looking to press the issue just now. Oh, Cuckoo. Almost got blinked on there by Dichira.
That is my biggest point of concern right now for Navi, is that it is good to get one of these pickoffs once in a while, but I think if you're almost always just committing the serpent wards to taking fights on the opposite side of the map, we saw when he decided to commit the wards at top, that's what originally caused them to lose racks.
It seems more okay when it's the Tinker or Core, but when you're like we've seen a few where it was the Disruptor, and that to me is not an ideal target for those serpent wards.
Or when you use it for that tier 2 at top,
yeah,
which just prompted TNC. They said, oh, like you said, TNC sees that, they say they dropped serpent wards for that. We weren't even planning on defending that.
As it stands, we'll see a Bloodstone picked up by Cuckoo. It's really Raven who's picking up the farm. What's the latest pickup? He's got a Skadi in the works, just 200 gold away. He's going to get very tanky with this item. Pretty much an item being picked up largely just for the stats here.
He doesn't really care about his frost arrows as much anymore.
Radiant's
Just
top
2800
tower is under
HP,
attack.
get a lot of agility for free as well.
And that'll be their next move. We'll have to find out what's going to be. Seen these kind of miracle late game Navi games with Ember Spirit, and that's exactly Dichira's specialty. Oh, they were very close to catching the Tinker there on the TP out.
Maybe they can get wrapped around on though. They're trying to just follow wherever the Tinker goes.
Radiant's
Dire's
top
scouted them
tower is
though,
under
yeah.
attack.
And comes in. TNC no. They're just forcing this mid lane. They're smoked up. They're using the Tinker as bait. What they can find with Cuckoo on the front lines. At this point, Navi have to realize Cuckoo is on their high ground. Surely he's got backup.
They can force Navi into their base. You know what they could do? TNC could just immediately run back to the Roshan. And because Navi is spotted this entire time and they've got to deal with this mid creep wave, there's even another one coming in soon. I think you just go for the Roshan. I think this was a very smart play by TNC.
And you've got Hawk Boars, you've got tons of scouting capabilities. You don't have the scan, so there's always that slight chance Navi smoke at you, but it looks right now this could just be a free Roche for TNC if they go for it. But they're a little bit hesitant. They are setting up around the pit. Trying to get a catch here.
Navi thinks that they've already started it.
Oh no, this is a trap. They got the sentries and everything. They see art style.
This is so well done by TNC. Potentially the game-winning play.
Oh, they've called Dichira to start. They're going to bring him down before there's any response. The Cold Embrace just in time. Great burner from General. But the Dagon will finish off the Ember Spirit. No buyback for Dichira. The Winter's Curse was good, but not enough damage coming out from it. And Navi will lose their third as Dendi. He's alone. Has just General, who's also going to completely abandon him. He gets glimpsed back into TNC Onslaught. Demon is there to make sure they get the kill, and General, well, he can only stand and watch. I think TNC are probably making the call, go straight for that throne. These heroes do not have buyback anymore. 2 minutes on the buyback of Ember and Dendi, roughly. This may just be game over.
Yeah, Seneko doesn't even have that Winter's Curse, can't even go for a dream play, and before their throne falls, they can't bear to see it, as they're gonna call it a TNC. Gonna split even with Navi, and
What a day.
Yeah, this really could have been a game that Navi could have taken, but one or two poor decisions and immediately TNC pounced.
Very entertaining game. I had 1 green. You had 4 reds. I quickly closed it because I was embarrassed by my 3 incorrects, but luckily for you, we're